What's up, citizens of YouTube? Welcome back to the Limited Edition Dudes. I'm Matthew.
And I'm Jack.
Ever since December 15th, 2017, Star Wars fans have not been able to stop talking about Star Wars Episode 8, The Last Jedi, ourselves included. If you haven't seen our review of the movie, go check it out and make sure to hit that like button. Now, something that has come up in almost all of the videos about The Last Jedi is the similarities between it and Star Wars Episode 5, The Empire Strikes Back, but almost none of them have explained what those similarities and differences are. So today, that is what we will be doing.
And once again, as in our last video, this video does contain spoilers, so stop watching this video right now if you have not seen The Last Jedi. If you haven't seen The Empire Strikes Back, we slightly question what you might be doing with your life. Go watch The Empire Strikes Back if you haven't seen it. And on that note, let's kick this thing off with the similarities. First, we're going to talk about some of the characters that we see who play similar roles in the movies. So what we're talking about is, for example, we have Rey and Luke Skywalker. In The Empire Strikes Back, Luke Skywalker is the Force sensitive who comes to a Jedi Master to learn the ways of the Force. And then in The Last Jedi, we have Rey, once again, Force sensitive, who goes to the mentor, this time being Luke, to learn the ways of the Force. And that's a similarity we see repeated several times throughout these two films. Another one we want to talk about is Yoda and Luke. They both play the role of the mentor in the movies, and once again, it's similar. Another thing is the antagonists. We have Kylo Ren and Darth Vader, both of the same lineage, and they play the Sith who are turning to the dark side. And then we have Snoke and Emperor, the mysterious and overarching Sith Lords.
Alright, now that we've established some of these similar characters, now we can start talking about how similar the plots of these movies are. As a lot of you know, a story is comprised of three main parts. A beginning, which tells us what the movie is going to be about, a middle, which is where the conflict happens, and then an ending, which tells us how the conflict turns out. And most of the similarities between these two movies takes place in the beginning and the middle. Both of these movies start off with the rebels escaping from their base, while being followed by their enemies after a pretty epic battle, whether that being taking down AT-AT walkers on Hoth, or destroying a dreadnought. When all this is happening, the main protagonist is on a planet with a great Jedi Master who has to teach them the ways of the Force. All of this stuff shows us what the movie's going to be about. It shows us that the rebels got to escape the bad guys, and someone else has to become a Jedi.
Yeah, so the main content of both of these movies is pretty similar. In both movies, we see the rebels, they're trying to escape, and then we see the main protagonist off on a different planet, whether it's Dagobah or Acto, and they're getting trained by a Jedi Master in the ways of the Force. Also in both movies, the mentor, when the protege first comes to them, refuses to help them, whether it's because they don't want to, or they're stubborn, or in Luke's case, scared, honestly. And yes, Jedi do get scared. Also, both characters, when we're talking about Luke and Rey, they face temptation from the dark side. We see Rey go into the depths of the island on Ahch-To and face the dark side, whereas we see Luke on Dagobah go into the Sith cave and face his darkest fears.
Alright, now we can start on our differences. And the biggest difference, and pretty much the only difference in the beginning and middle of these movies, is that Canto Bight sequence in The Last Jedi. There really is no equivalent to that in The Empire Strikes Back. And now we can start talking about the vast majority of the differences which are in the ending of these movies. The first one, Snoke dies. The Emperor does not die in Episode 5, he dies in Episode 6. And after the scene where Snoke dies, Rey and Kylo Ren fight off the guards side by side, whereas in The Empire Strikes Back, Luke and Darth Vader fight each other. Just imagine if we'd ever seen Luke and Darth Vader fighting together.
That's not gonna happen. Maybe in like episode 23, we'll see Luke's and Anakin's Force ghosts working together. But again, that's going to be way off, if at all. But we all know they're going to make an episode 23.
You know, they're going to make an episode 23.
Definitely.
Yeah. Anyways, after the scene where they fight those guards, Rey's parents are revealed, which, yes, Luke's parents are also revealed in The Empire Strikes Back, but when people see Luke's parents revealed, they just go like, but when we see Rey's parents revealed, we just go like, oh.
Yeah. And then we see the different places where the battle takes place. We see Crate versus Hoth, and we see the lightsaber battle on Crate. Now, I love that scene. It was freaking awesome. But we didn't see anything like that in The Empire Strikes Back. We did see a battle, but it had no lightsabers, unfortunately. And also another thing that happened in Empire Strikes Back, rather than The Last Jedi, is Han getting frozen in carbonite. We don't see that in The Last Jedi, nor in any other Star Wars movie, which honestly I liked, and something they could have explored more. And finally, to conclude our differences, we see Luke Skywalker die in The Last Jedi. And so in The Empire Strikes Back, the Mentor does not die in the second movie, he dies in the third.
Alright, so now we can move on to our conclusion. And I would say that overall, these are pretty similar movies. It's undeniable that they are similar. But I think that there are a lot more plot twists in The Last Jedi, and I think those are really what makes this movie different from The Empire Strikes Back. In fact, I think that Rian Johnson saw that so far this trilogy has just been the exact same as the original trilogy, so he just wanted to add these plot twists to break that trend of, them just being the same movies. What do you think, Jack?
Yeah, I would agree. Even though, yes, they are similar in several aspects, which I suppose would happen in any sequel to original trilogy, but they are definitely their own movies and have those defining characteristics. I honestly can't wait to see what they do with Episode 9. I think it's going to be epic no matter what they do with it. Another thing about Episode 9, for all you Star Wars fans out there, they have released a running project title for Star Wars Episode 9 called Black Diamond. I don't know if that's the finished movie title, but we shall find out hopefully in the coming year. Alright, that's all for today, YouTube Nation. Thank you for watching this video. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe to our channel, The Limited Edition Dudes. Last but not least, scientists have actually confirmed that the Earth is flat, Mars is round, and Obi-Wan has the high ground. And on that bombshell, it's time to end. See you later, folks.